Hello everyone and welcome to San Diego, California for tonight's SFL action between the Jacksonville Kings and the San Diego Mavericks. I'm Jack Brown and alongside me tonight is Ryan Claudel. Ryan, a certain man in Florida has just set his own historical statistical milestone, but there are several people out here tonight who are looking to set their own.
Yeah, we got several Jacksonville fans tuning into this one, and this should be a great game. The Jacksonville King coming into this off of a loss against Florida, but they still have a great team around them. This team has been one of the most consistent franchises, I believe, in the SFL. They've had season after season of winning seasons, and coming into this match, you know they're trying to get another one to try to come back off of that loss.
Yeah, that loss last week against Florida really set them back on their journey to 100 wins, which they look to continue tonight. A win tonight would bring them up to 99 all-time. Meanwhile, on the other end, San Diego looking for their first win as a franchise.
Yeah, not the start that the San Diego Mavericks wanted to their season. Obviously, O2's not great, but they have a great core, a lot of free agents, a lot of people that have been around in this league for a long, long time, and they have the makings of a great team.
Couldn't agree with you more. As the ball's on the tee here in Southern California, and we're right about underway. Kick is away, and it's on here in San Diego. Kick is fielded right at about the 5-yard line. Going to take it up past the 20 up to around the 25, and that's where Christensen and company are going to set up shop. San Diego in the gray jerseys, Jacksonville in the alt-white with the purple pants. And as you said, Ryan, you know, Jacksonville coming in extremely consistent, and, well, they've got a core of all-time greats. First and 10 now for Jacksonville. Ball's on their own 24-yard line. Christensen, short drop, throws it over the middle. Caught. That's nearly going to be a first down. They're going to say he got it to second down and inches. Catch made by the tight end, Jack Wall.
Yeah, an interesting approach for Jacksonville. Normally they are one of the teams that's going to run first. You have Jared Willis, has a great career here with Jacksonville last 3 seasons. And starting off with a throw, Christensen looking to throw the ball a little more tonight.
Now it's second down and inches for Jacksonville. Short drop once again from Christensen. Throws it over to Jared Willis. Jared Willis kind of takes the steps back, and he's not going to get the first down. Third and inches for the Kings.
Yeah, it looked like that ball just sailed a little bit behind him, and the balance brought him towards the sideline, and he couldn't quite take it upfield.
So now it's third down and inches. Surely it would have to be a handoff to either the halfback Jalen Willis or the fullback E. Swift, and there's only one man in the backfield with 2 wide to the bottom of your screen. Short drop from Christensen, throws it over, tipped up, and that one was nearly intercepted. 4th and inches now for the Kings. The tip right there was made by number 51, the outside linebacker, Pete Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell coming on as a free agent, wasn't signed by anyone, and coming into San Diego, making a big play there, and now you have a 4th and inches, and forcing Jacksonville into a 3-and-out on their first drive of the game. That is huge for this Mavericks defense.
Yeah, now out comes Howard McCoy looking to take his first punt of the day here in Southern California. Snap is low, but the punt is away. Crosses the 50, and it's going to be down at the 30. Actually, going to return this up to the 33-yard line. And Javier Vasquez and the San Diego Mavericks are going to take over. Still looking for their first touchdown as a franchise. Let's see if they can get it tonight.
Yeah, they definitely have a bit of momentum already in this game. Defense coming up with a huge stand, and they definitely have the makings of a great team. Vasquez coming from St. Louis, and he has his partner Ryan Owens also from St. Louis, and Jalen Wills is a very talented back in the backfield.
Jalen Wills, of course, coming from the running back factory that is Sioux Falls. Short drop for Javier Vasquez, and it's going to be a throw over the middle, complete for 8 yards. And that's going to set up a nice 2nd and 2 catch made by Connor Weston.
Yeah, Connor Weston, I think, was an amazing signing by the Mavericks, bringing him over from Portland. He had an amazing season in the minor leagues, and then he was drafted very early, had a great season with Portland, and he's going to be a big addition to this Mavericks offense.
2nd and 2 now. It's split back and be a handoff to Jalen Wills, and Wills breaks free in some open field, crosses the 50. It's down to the 49-yard line, going to set up first down and 10 for the Mavs. in Kings territory.
Yeah, Lamano making a touchdown saving tackle there. Jalen Wells with a huge run. He goes, just splits the guards right up the middle and finds the open space and gets the first down.
Now it's first down, handoff to Jalen Wells once again. Jalen Wells sheds a tackler. 2nd and 8 now for the Mavericks.
Yeah, very balanced offense with them, with the Mavericks, and Jalen Wells coming in as that halfback. I think he's one of the most dynamic backs in the league, one of those younger ones that is really came from a great team in Sioux Falls, lining up under Colin Hart, learning a lot from him and bringing that talent over to San Diego and bring another level to this offense. You have Vasquez in the passing game and Wells in the running game. They're dual threat weapons.
Yeah, and also an injury report. Looked like Clay Jones was taking a while to get up there. We'll see if we can get an injury report on him later on. He'll at least be out for the next couple plays. 2nd and 8 now for the Mavericks. Vasquez under center. Moderate drop from Vasquez, moving up in the pocket, throws it over to Wells once again. Wells is just going to gain nothing. No gain, no loss. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Jalen Wells, they like to use him in the receiving game. Already in this season, he has 18 receptions to only 35 carries to his name. So about every 2 rushes, he's getting a reception. They love to throw down to him for the checkdowns, and he's really good in that open space.
Now it's 3rd down and 8. Deep drop from Javier Vasquez. Goes right over the middle, and the man's going to catch it. Not going to get the first down, though. Going to bring up 4th down and 3 for the Mavericks. Catch made by Ryan Owens.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them if they want to get points off this. This looks like it's just out of range of Nico Cappuccino. They're going to have to punt here. And they had the makings of a great drive right there from the beginning. They had some big runs from Jalen Wells and getting some first downs, but a great stop by the Kings to hold them to no points.
Speaking of the Kings, they nearly blocked it. It's going to be fair cut at the 10. And now Christian Christensen gets another shot out there. Mike St. Green on the fair catch.
Yeah. And this is where we need to see this offense kind of come together a little bit. I think that 3 and out, it was really a disappointing start from them. When you have this offense that is run heavy, they kind of didn't run as much. They weren't running as well. So we'll see if they rely a little bit more on Jared Willis in the running game here.
Under center now is Christian Christensen. Handoff going right up the middle, going to gain a few yards. Jared Willis, that's his first handoff of the day. Gains a nice few yards.
Yeah, Jared Willis coming into this game, he's actually first in the league in yards per carry with 7.3 yards per carry. He is among the best in the league. Every run, he's very efficient, getting those extra yards and keeping those legs churning.
So now it's 2nd down 6 for the Kings. Christensen making some minor adjustments at the line. Short drop, looks around, throws to the sideline, has his man going to be caught for a gain of 2. Catch made by Grayson Willis. You know, the duo of Willises on this team both make their own impacts in their own unique ways.
Yeah, both of them been around for 6 seasons. Grayson with the Kings for all 6 seasons of his SFL career, and a really big part of this offense also with King Gossett. Both of those guys are huge receiving threats for this team.
So now it's 3rd down and 4. Expect a pass. Short drop from CC. Throws caught. First down for the Kings. And the catch made by number 84, Ken Gossett, who now propels himself single-handedly into number 2 all time in terms of the amount of receptions he has.
Yeah, and close on a tail on the other side of the ball is Optimus Klein with 811, and Ken Gossett making his way to 812. We got quite a race going on here, Jack.
Yeah, expect to see some jockeying for position in that specific stat tonight. And so now it's going to bring up 1st down and 10, 3 wide to the top of your screen. Short drop from Christian Christensen. Throws, that's going to be caught behind the line, but able to make it work upfield, gaining 3 yards on the play. Clay Jones, update on his injury. As you can see, it's a sprained wrist. He may end up returning to the game later. Catch made by Mike St. Green.
Yeah, that could be a big blow to this defense, seeing how long it takes for him to get back. On that side of the Jacksonville Kings, the other linebackers are rookies, so having Clay Jones, who's been in the league for a couple seasons, big blow to that defense.
So now it's 2nd and 7, throw over the middle, caught, 1st down, easy money for the Jacksonville Kings.
Yeah, good throw, getting the first down, and that's kind of what we've seen in this drive is just little quick plays like that where they're getting, a few yards on that first down. They got 3 yards, and then they get the 7 on the first to get the first down. So they're doing short plays and they're driving up the field very effectively.
Now it's first down and 10, ball on their own 34. Moderate drop from CC, throws over the middle. It's going to be caught. Threading the needle once again, Ken Gossett now has a 2-catch lead over Optimus Klein.
Wow, that was just an amazing catch too. Great throw by Christensen. I don't know how he got it in there. That was such a tight window, some tight coverage coming out from Jacob Clear of the Mavericks, and a great throw and catch by Gossett. Christensen and Gossett connect once again.
So now it's going to bring up first down once more. Short drop from Christensen. Throws it over to Willis. And Willis gains about a solid 4 yards on the reception, bringing up second down and 6.
Yeah, again, going to the passing game, they love to go to Willis on those dump-offs. And if you're the Mavericks, when you're covering that, you got to make sure you cover the flats. And they have done so very well. But, Miller still getting those, or Willis rather, still getting those 4 yards, still moving the ball up the field.
Now under center is Christensen. Short drop, looks around, flows to the flat, and that's going to be caught. First down and a few yards more, gets down to the San Diego 31-yard line. Mike St. Green having his second reception on the day.
Yeah, another good receiver that's really underrated in this offense. He's kind of outshined a little bit by Grayson Willis, and you have Ken Gossett, these guys that have been in the league for a long time, but Mike St. Green on the punt returns and in the receiving game really making a name for himself.
Throws it down, going to be caught by, I think that's Ken Gossett. Yes, it will be, now taking his 3-catch lead.
Wow, the man himself, and he's moving up the leaderboard. It seems he knows what is at stake in this game. He's telling Optimus Klein. Klein's sitting on the sideline. He's looking at this, and he's saying, he's coming for my record, my second place. You best believe he will not be happy about that.
So now second and 4, ball on San Diego's 25-yard line. Deep drop for Christensen, thrown flat, caught first down. It's going to be taking now within San Diego's red zone. Jacksonville making the trip to there for the first time today.
Yeah, and surprisingly, going into this game, I thought they would be going to the run game, but surprisingly, they're going a lot more to the passing game. Christensen throwing these real quick completions, getting some yards, and they're moving up the field very well.
Handoff once again to Willis on the delayed handoff on the draw, actually. Gaining 9 yards on the run, making it 2nd and 1, and now the ball's on the San Diego 10-yard line.
Yeah, and just like that, right? You blink and you miss it. They came up so quickly. They were just going down the field, getting some just short yardage plays. They were running the ball with Willis, or dumping it off to him, getting some quick throws, getting their first downs, and suddenly they're in the red zone. They're knocking on the door.
2nd and 1, ball's on the one. Short drop from Christensen. He's going to be hit as he throws. Going to go down. 3rd down and 1. Pressure coming from Denzel Maverick. He took a few seasons off, came back to come on to San Diego this year, and he's making an impact.
And he has the most experience on that defense, coming in with 4 total seasons. This is his 4th season in the SFL. That's more than anyone else on that defense. So that veteran presence at the line, getting to the quarterback, and this is a big 3rd and 1.
Short drop from Christensen. Throw caught. He's got room in front of him. Ken Gossett not going to get the touchdown, but gets it right up to the goal line. And now this is time for one of those 50-50 plays where he just handed off to either the halfback or the fullback.
Yes, a close play, and he doesn't quite get the call. It looked like he almost got into the end zone. I thought he did there. That could be worth a challenge. We'll see what the coaches do, but I do believe if it does go through, this is one of those plays you give it to your man, Jared Willis. He's been doing it all season. Let him do his thing.
So 1st and goal, ball's right on the line. And it's actually going to be a throw from Christensen, and it doesn't really matter. Throw it to Willis, run it with Willis. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Kings.
However you can get the ball into his hands, right? Once you get Willis, once he gets into that open field and that open space there was nothing but daylight in front of him. None of the defenders covering that outside area, and Willis just outrunning anyone else that was there. Really good play at the goal line there. Everyone thought it was going to be a run. They fake him out. They go to the throw, and they get the score.
So now, pending the extra point, the Kings are going to go up 7-0 on top of the San Diego Mavericks with 2:25 remaining in the first quarter. And folks, it's a close game. It's a unique game here that we're seeing develop in San Diego, California.
Yeah, a little bit of a show of the defenses here. I think Jacksonville last week against Florida, they really got shut out by defenses, and San Diego needing to, or Jacksonville defense needing to step up here and preventing San Diego from scoring.
Kick is high and kick is long, deep into the end zone from CC. And they're going to take it, just take the knee, take it out to the 20, and that's where Javier Vasquez and company are going to set up shop.
Yeah, now that you have a bit of a deficit, this is the time for them to go down and answer. They really had the makings of a good drive. They got a couple first downs. They were moving the ball down the field. They need to go back to that. Keep going to the short plays like you're doing. Lean on your run game a little bit. You have Jalen Wells. He's a great halfback, and he's going to get you some surefire yardage.
Right under center, and it's the I form. Hand off to the fullback, Nick Hoagland. Hoagland, with his first run of the day, gets 2 yards.
Yeah, not a bad run, not a bad idea there. You got to keep the defense on their toes whenever you have the halfback in the backfield, because they're always going to think, if you never give the ball to that fullback, they're always going to think it's going to Wells. But if you give Hoagland the ball, give him some receptions, then the defense has to cover him.
2nd and 8 now. Ball's on their own 22-yard line. Hand off to Wells, and Wells has got some room up the middle before he just gets elbowed down to the ground by number 42, Succo Lahamo.
Yeah, Wells took his fair share of contact there, getting hit a couple times at the line of scrimmage and then getting smacked by the free safety and going down. Now, this is a big 3rd and 4 here for San Diego. They need to get their first 3rd down conversion of the night.
Long snap for Javier Vasquez. Pumps, throws towards the sideline, and yes, that was caught. First down for the Mavericks. Catch made, I think, by Shea Carroll, the journeyman. Now it's 1st down and 10. Deep drop for Javier Vasquez. Once again towards the sideline. Caught. 2nd and 2. Gain of 8 yards. Ball's now on their 41-yard line. Looks once again to be Shea Carroll on the grab. Could it be the same play once again? Yes, it will. It's the same play 3 times in a row, but it's working.
3 in a row, and Jacksonville has had no answer for it. That's surefire yardage for Carroll.
And are they going to do it 4 in a row? No, they go over the middle. It is caught. He is gone. Touchdown, San Diego Mavericks. That's the first time anyone said that phrase.
And what an amazing touchdown coming across the middle. They go to the sideline 3 times in a row. Jacksonville commits to it. They bite. Connor Weston burns him up the middle. The safety's cheating down, and there is no one there to defend him. He breaks the tackle, and nothing but daylight in front of him. Huge play for San Diego. This offense is coming alive here tonight.
Yep, and that is the first touchdown in San Diego franchise history. Congratulations to Optimus Klein and all the players over at San Diego. You know, that's a huge accomplishment. You never forget your first touchdown.
That's right. Big play for Connor Weston. First touchdown as a Maverick as well. And that is a huge milestone for his career.
And with the extra point through, it is now 7-7 with 1:08 remaining in the first quarter. You know, San Diego, they're showing their offense. It can truly put some points up on the board now. And we really just got to see how Jacksonville responds.
That's right. I mean, that was exactly, I think, what their offense needed, was to get that big play, and it was a really good misdirection by them.
Meanwhile, the kickoff return itself is going to be taken up to the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Kings after the return by Mike St. Green.
Yeah, now Jacksonville turned to answer. I mean, they came down, they marched down the field. They had this really long, slow, methodical drive. 14 plays Jacksonville went down there. 84 yards, marched all the way down the field getting that touchdown. San Diego did it in 6, and they had that huge 52-yard bomb to West.
Short drop from Christensen right over the middle. Caught's going to be a solid 7 or 8 yard gain right over the middle. That's exactly what you want. Nothing more, nothing less.
They did that on the first drive as well, going to Jack Wall right across the middle. That was the first catch of the game, and now they're going back to it again. And that is exactly what you want on first down. Make this second down a whole lot easier. You can kind of take a risk, take a big play.
Handoff right up the middle to Jared Willis, and Willis is going to gain a single yard. That'll probably be the final snap of this first quarter.
Yeah, we'll see if they run it down. Jacksonville could get another snap out of this if they want it, but they may opt to just let the time run out.
Under center now is Christian Christensen. Make some adjustments at the line. He will snap this ball. Short drop, throws to the sideline, caught first down, and also stops the clock, so we'll get another snap within the quarter.
Hey, look at them. That is some efficient catching right there. And King Gossett getting another one, boosting up his total on the night to 4. And the lead, or 5 rather, the lead increases by 5 in those all-time receptions. It's becoming a runaway for him.
Yep, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here in San Diego, California. We're all knotted up at 7 between the Kings and the Mavericks. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. Also, kind of a cheeky little score update between two other Pacific Division teams. Vancouver is currently up on Portland 7-3, and they're in the second quarter as the handoff goes to Willis. Willis has got one man to beat. Can he shed him? No, he cannot. Down to San Diego's 37-yard line. And Willis, he had some runs like that in week 1 against Houston. I called that game, and he's showing those stripes again.
Yeah, this is why we call Jacksonville a run-first team. You look at the speed, the explosiveness from Jared Willis, and how could you not want to base a team around that? And just an amazing burst of speed, getting out into the open field in a huge play, one of the biggest of the night for Jacksonville.
First and 10, balls on San Diego's 37, and the defensive line of San Diego once again getting the pressure on to Christian Christensen. Mufasa Kamau with the pressure.
Oh, good job by this defensive line of San Diego. They got to the quarterback earlier, forced an incompletion. They're doing it again, and this is what you need to see from the San Diego defense. You need to see that defensive line not giving Christensen any time to throw, really get some pressure on him, and you can slow down this Jacksonville offense.
Second and 10, Christensen going under center. Short drop, quick decision, throws on the flat. Tried to go for the sideline, but it wasn't quite able to work. Ken Gossett with another reception.
Yeah, make it 6 and 817 all-time. Good for second all-time. Big game already from King Gossett. We're not even, we're barely 30 seconds into the second quarter. Already 6 receptions for 55 yards on the day. This is the making of a huge game for Gossett.
Yeah, Gossett already having more yards than he had all of last week against the Florida Storm. Throws it over the middle from CC, and CC is going to pick up first down. Currently at 106.7 as a QB rating today. Absolutely just phenomenal.
Yeah, not many mistakes coming out of Christensen tonight. 17 and 19, over 100 yards on the night and a touchdown to his name. There haven't been any mistakes so far, no interceptions, and that's exactly what you want out of your quarterback.
Under center now is Christensen. Short drop. Throws, and that one's going to be tipped off. San Diego, they saw that flat route coming from a mile away. They jumped it, and now it's going to bring up second down and 10. Pete Mitchell jumping the route.
Yeah, second path deflection of the day. It's like he heard me saying no mistakes from Christensen, and he wanted to try to force an interception. And if he gets that catch, that is a pick 6 all day, all night long.
So now, second and 10. Let's see what he can do. Under center with the split back. Hand off to Willis, and Willis is going to lose some yards. Actually, due to forward progress, they're going to say no gain, no loss.
Yeah, Clay Jones coming back. Making a big tackle, or rather, sorry, that's Devin King for San Diego. Making a big play, plugging the gap. I mean, Willis is an integral part of the Jacksonville offense. If you can hit him at the line, force him down, and they can bring him down, that's a huge part of this defense.
Third and 10 in the shotgun is CC. Throwing right over the middle, kind of taking the short route. Not going to get the first down, but still pretty good field position. Able to kick the field goal. Should be easy from here.
Yeah, I think this is a situation where you go for the guaranteed points if you're Jacksonville. Or not guaranteed, but virtually whenever you have a kicker like CC, who has been so good for this team for so long. Really 68 of 68 on his career. But looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, could be tempting them off sides. The clock's winding down. And San Diego, with the home crowd on their side, will not jump. And Jacksonville will force to burn a timeout.
That is a nice call. Try to get them to jump, because if you do get that 5 yards, that is free. You get another chance at the end zone. So might as well take that risk. And head coach still okay with the sacrificing the timeout, and you still get the free points out of it.
4th and 1 now is the call. Anthony CC out to attempt the 30-yarder. Kick is up, and it's going to be through for 3. Jacksonville currently edging San Diego 10-7 with 8:25 remaining in the half. This game, you know, really no team has been able to assert themselves as the leader.
Yeah, a real dogfight, real cage match we've got going between the two teams. I mean, Jacksonville coming into this, they look like the better team. They have, you know, all these storied players, all these guys that have been around for a long time. Their whole franchise really has a history of success. But San Diego, their defense has been stepping up here today. They've been doing really good job of stopping Willis and stopping that passing game and really giving San Diego a chance in this game.
Now taking up to this 22. San Diego going to set up shop once more. Ryan Owens, the man on the return. And Javier Vasquez, 100% has not thrown an incompletion yet today. And he's spread out the love pretty evenly among his receivers. Vasquez in the split back. Short drop, throws over the middle, and it's going to be caught! Making a throw that is not too far off from what CC could do.
Yeah, really a great throw. Vasquez stepping up in the pocket. This is only his second season in the SFL and throwing like a veteran. And look at that tight space. You have 3 Jacksonville defenders that could get their hands on that ball. Fits it into the window, getting that first down. Vasquez is looking great. The San Diego offense has really come into their element here tonight.
Now going under center is Vasquez, still 100% on the night. Short drop from Vasquez, and it's going to be too much pressure. And I guess, you know, they talk about the broadcaster's curse. You could say I maybe just caused him to throw his first incompletion tonight.
You could be right. The defense maybe heard that he was doing a little too good here tonight, wanted to knock him down to their level a little bit and give him a little taste of what they got, and forcing the first incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Offset eyes the formation, hands it off to Wells, and Wells barrels forward, only gets a yard, but still is able to assert himself amongst the defense. Samuel's on the tackle, number 49.
Yeah, good stop by Jacksonville, able to get to Wells in the backfield, and now that's 2 in a row where the defense has been able to get that stop, force the incompletion. This is a big 3rd and 9 here, long way to go, and they got to get there.
Yeah, they're going to go with an empty backfield formation. Moderate drop from Javier Vasquez, and he throws right into the seam, a little bit too short for the first down if that was his goal, but he certainly got a few yards, and that'll make the field position a little bit worse for Jacksonville.
Yeah, though you do want that first down, there is a bit of light there, getting a decent chunk of yardage out of it. And if your punter can pin them deep, this could be huge for your defense. You can still get that short field position later, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, Alex Damian now out to punt. He's going to send it long past the 20, and now they're pinned within their own within their own 20. Christian Christensen, he's been doing well so far tonight. 18 for 21 for a little over 120 yards. You know, really one of the things that has to be taken note of this game is the fact that Jacksonville, they just had control of the ball more.
Yeah, their offensive drives have looked very controlled. They're just marching down the field very efficiently, getting their mans, hitting their receivers, and getting that yardage.
The sideline going to be caught by Grayson Willis. His third reception of the day, and again, he's been having a pretty good game so far.
Yeah, not too many mistakes, especially coming out of this Jacksonville offense. We're seeing Willis come alive. We're seeing this passing game. Ken Gossett's having an amazing game as well. And Christensen's really throwing the ball well for a team that we always see running first.
2nd and 5, hands it off to Willis once again, and Willis tries to find some room to the outside. Not going to get it. 3rd down and 2.
Still not a bad run. That only leaves you 2 yards to gain. But that's 2 runs in a row where he gets that quick 4 yards, getting those, quick little patterns that we're seeing all night long.
3rd and 2. CC going under center for the short yardage situation. Too wide to the top of your screen. Short drop, throws it over the middle, nearly picked off. 4th down and 2. Pass intended for Ken Gossett.
That was a dangerous throw, but we see here another 3 and out for Jacksonville. Another big stop here for the San Diego defense, able to get to the quarterback, get a little pressure, and force that incompletion. And that's a huge, huge stop for the Mavericks defense. They're going to get some decent field position out of it, depending on how the punt goes.
Yeah, as the punt is away, going to be fielded at around the 34-yard line. Fair caught there. Something real quick to note about Jacksonville, they are 100% in terms of their receiving on everyone except for Ken Gossett of their contracted receiving core. It's clear they want to play it a little bit more risky whenever they throw it to Ken.
Yeah, Gossett, they're definitely taking some more risky calls. He's one of those guys, he's been in the league for such a long time, and you can always just give him a shot. You throw the ball his way, he can make something happen.
Under center now is Javier Vasquez. Vasquez, short drop, throws it over to Jalen Wells, and Wells, he's got some room to the outside, picks up the 1st down, gets it up to the 48, and San Diego, they might just be driving.
Yeah, Wells, the burst of speed, once he gets to the outside, there are no Mavericks in the area, and a big burst of speed. We see the explosiveness out of Wells. We've been seeing it all night. He's really good at getting these huge gains. And, I mean, last week he had 100 yards on only 16 carries. And tonight we're seeing some of the same.
Under center split back. It's a very tight formation now from San Diego. Short drop. Throws it deep over the middle. And once again, the deep throw for San Diego, proving it can work wonders. And they're going to get it all the way down to the 29. Optimus Klein, his first reception of the night.
He's climbing back up on the leaderboard, and what a beautiful play. I mean, Vasquez getting hit while he throws and throwing a beautiful ball for Optimus Klein, and he catches it right in the bread basket coming over his shoulder. That was an amazing play. Great throw by Vasquez, and San Diego's offense is really churning here now.
Deep drop from Javier Vasquez. Not going to be able to get it. Hunter Norwood on the tackle, and if I'm not mistaken, he also now moves into 2nd all-time for tackles for loss.
Yeah, on the leaderboards now, moving into sole possession of 2nd place, and now moving to 3rd. His teammate also on the defensive line, Taquan Hale, moving to 3rd with 139. We'll see how that progresses throughout the night.
Thrown down, caught, and it's going to be a 3rd down 16 situation. Alex Bond getting in on the TFL party.
Yeah, Jacksonville defense really stepping up here on this drive. They had that big play they gave up to Klein, but now they've really shortened up the field. That sack was huge, and now getting that stop at the goal line. This is a big play territory. They want to just get some yardage, get yourself back into field goal range so you can tie up this game.
3rd and 16, deep drop from Javier Vasquez, moves up in the pocket, he's going down, loses 2 yards, and the man on the sack, number 77 for the Jacksonville Kings, Mike All.
Yeah, getting in on the defensive sack parade. I mean, Norwood had his own, all getting in on the mix, and that is such a huge sack. You can't take that there if you're Vasquez. You want to get your team into field position, but instead they have to forfeit the points and go for the field position game.
And that's exactly what they'll get! Getting it all the way down to the 1-yard line. Christian Christensen in the shadow of his own goalposts. He's shown he can make good of the situation, especially when he has both Iggy Swift and Jared Willis behind him.
Yeah, he's had some drives in this game where he's been able to march down the field. I mean, we saw the first play where they get the touchdown. That's 14 plays. They went for 90 yards on that drive, getting the touchdown. They know how to drive down this football field.
3 wide to the top with 1 in the backfield. Short drop for Christian Christensen. Throws caught, able to get those few yards needed.
Yeah, that looked like one of those plays where you want to just dump it off and kind of give the quarterback a little bit more breathing room. So if he has to take a sack, it may not be a safety. That one, give them a little bit more space. But if you're San Diego, this is the place to get the stop. If you can get this field position advantage here in this game, this will be huge for your offense. Give them a short field.
Yep, handoff to Willis, and Willis gains about a yard. Gonna bring up 3rd down and 5. As you said, you know, especially if they can get the stop here, they're going to have all 3 timeouts, plus maybe the 2-minute warning, depending on how quickly they can get this one.
Yeah, that's right. If they can get this stop, maybe if they could call a timeout after it as well, they could definitely save some time and drive down the field.
And it's going to be a handoff, and they're going to get the stop. They're not going to be able to have the 2-minute warning on their side, but they will have all 3 timeouts and the time to drive right on down the field and possibly tie or take the lead in this game. Tackle made by number 57 of the San Diego Mavericks.
Yeah, huge stop there by Miller. And how about this run defense from San Diego? They're really stepping up here tonight.
Kick is high, and this will be the last play for the 2-minute warning. Fair caught at the Jacksonville 37-yard line. It's 2 minutes remaining. San Diego within the Kings territory with all 3 timeouts. Don't go anywhere. This is the SFL on Twitch. One minute 58 remaining. San Diego, all 3 timeouts on their side. Handoff now to Jared Wells, and Jalen Wells just pumps his legs and gets 5 yards, showing the skills he had even back when he was a fullback in Sioux Falls.
Yeah, definitely some skills he learned running behind Colin Hart. Colin Hart, one of those backs, he loves to just get hit and then keep his legs churning. He keeps driving in every play, and that's why he's so effective. Jalen Wells has learned from the best, and he's really translated it here to San Diego.
Handoff once again to Wells, and Wells is going to gain a few more yards on top of that.
Yeah, yet another good run by Jalen Wells. I mean, we've seen this. This is kind of the recipe for success from the Mavericks. This is what we've seen from them today. They give the ball to Wells. He gets some good yardage on every play. He has that explosiveness, and he could break one out. And Vasquez has been very consistent throwing it.
Deep drop from Vasquez goes up, tipped, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 2. Sprouse on the deflection, and that is possibly a touchdown saver, knowing what San Diego can do on those deep routes.
Yeah, that was a tough play, and we saw Connor Weston earlier get that big reception, and that one was going for Carroll, the 7-year veteran, been in the SFL so long and so used to those deep balls. That's why Jacksonville had him in double coverage. But this is the field position right here. That was a 3-and-out, but they're still going to get a field goal out of it because that amazing punt, that great field position, they're still getting some points out of it, and that is a big gain for San Diego.
Now Cappuccino out to attempt the field goal. Would be about a 45-yarder from here. Snaps low, kicks where it needs to be. It's up, it's over, and it is through for 45 yards. This game is all tied up, folks, with less than a minute to go till the half.
Yeah, and tying it up once again, this game just keeps getting scrappier. I mean, it really is a cage match between these two teams. They're going back and forth, blow for blow. And the Mavericks' offense has really stepped up here today. I mean, Vasquez has been throwing the ball very, very well. Wells is running amazing. And they look leagues better than what we've seen in the last 2 weeks.
Kick is away, going to be fielded right at the goal line. Taking it past the 20 up to the 23-yard line. The one concern about something like that is that you may have left a little bit too much time for Jacksonville to do something, considering the fact that they have 2 timeouts on their side.
Yeah, that is true. They definitely, with some good clock management, they can definitely drive down the field and get some points of their own, get a field goal of their own. That's certainly doable. I mean, they have a few plays today already where they have 20 plus yards on these receptions, so it's definitely something within their realm of capabilities.
Short drop from CC, throws it down over the middle, caught, gonna be a gain of 6.
Yeah, but the clock keeps moving, and Jacksonville, they need to pick up the pace a little bit. They want to, if you want to go down there and score, this is where you should be running a little bit of the no huddle. But they may be content to just take this one into halftime and see how the second half plays out.
Under center now is CC, 2 wide to the top, and 1 man in the backfield. Short drop, throws, and that one's going to be tipped off. Very risky play calling there from Jacksonville. Wouldn't be surprised if at this point they just cut their losses, hand it off to Jalen Wells, take it into halftime.
Yeah, you may at this point. I mean, the 3rd and 4, 18 seconds to go. It could be a long shot to get to the end zone. But Pete Mitchell there on the deflection, that's his 3rd of the game. He's really done really amazing in that pass coverage, getting to the ball, not giving the receivers a chance to catch it. That's really good, especially for a linebacker.
Deep drop for Christensen. He's going to be hit hard in the backfield. 4th down and 16 yards to go. San Diego is saying, don't worry about what they can do. Look what we can do. Joe Duncan with his first sack of the night.
Yeah, and that's a big sack. That was a huge loss for Jacksonville. Now, you say only 14 seconds, but if this punt goes in their favor, if they have a short punt like they did last time, and San Diego has 2 timeouts, what to say they don't go back down there and get another field goal, get another quick, 8-10 yard completion, get into field goal range, and kick another one.
Snap is high, and that's going to delay the rhythm of the punt a little bit. And it's going to be taken across the 50. Maybe, no, it's going to be with 6 seconds remaining. I wouldn't be surprised if you just Javier and coach come out and sling it.
This could be a situation where you do run the ball, and that could be something that they just want to take it into halftime. But I mean, you have 2 timeouts. You could maybe look at taking a shot and taking a quick timeout, getting a field goal, see what they opt for.
Well, it looks like they're going to opt for the Hail Mary. They're going to take my idea. High snap, moves up in the pocket, able to avoid the pressure. Not going to avoid 2 guys, though. 2 seconds remaining, and now they got to throw it 50 yards if they want the Hail Mary to end the half.
Yeah, the 48 and 50 yards, not much of a difference for Vasquez. And getting that timeout, they're giving themselves another chance. And, I mean, why not? Throw that ball up. You got some big receivers. You got some big names that have, I mean, you have the big Optimus Klein, 6'4". You have Ryan Owen, 6'5". Connor Weston, 6'4". You have these big, tall receivers. Just throw it up for them. Give them a chance. Let's see what they can do.
Same formation as last time. 3 wide to the bottom. Snaps right where it needs to be. Pump fakes it, moves up in the pocket. He's going to go down once again. Back-to-back sacks for the Jacksonville Kings to end off this first half of play. Taquan Hale, his first tackle for loss of the night. That's going to tie up the tackle for loss race. And at the end of the half, not something that we'd expect here. 10-10 between the Kings of the Jungle and the young pups in the Mavericks.
I mean, yeah, coming into this matchup, we've seen San Diego. They've been less than perfect with their offensive struggles against these other SFL teams. And coming into this game 0-2, you see Jacksonville, one of the perennial franchises in the SFL. And San Diego taking it to them. I mean, this is a scrappy match for a franchise that is brand new, never won a game before, never scored a touchdown before this game, coming down with that big reception to Weston, and this offense is churning very well. Vasquez is playing amazing, finding the open men, finding these, pockets and these tight windows that he's hitting, and Wells in the running game is explosive as ever, and Jacksonville's offense is also, it is a cage match for a reason. They've been having some great plays out of Willis. He's had these big explosive runs. Christensen and company, they are meticulously handling this drive, just absolutely in control on offense, able to just drive down the field, get a few yards here and there, and just some good play out of both of these teams. This is a really tight matchup.
Yeah, San Diego has the big moments, but Jacksonville so far seems to have a bit more of a consistency on their side. Christensen, 22 for 27, a little over 120 yards again, and Jared Willis with nearly 50 yards of rushing tonight. It just seems to be that Jacksonville has a little bit more of the consistency, but never doubt a team that can live off the big moments, because those big moments score the exact same amount of points.
That's exactly right. Any moment they can score just as much. I mean, it can take 10 seconds to score a touchdown, or it can take it a full 11 minutes. I mean, it just depends on how you play the game.
Well, we have 22 more minutes of football to decide the winner of tonight. We're about to figure out who's going to be. Kick is underway, and it's going to be fielded in the end zone, and there's going to knee it down. Javier Vasquez coming out tonight. So far, 12 for 14 for right around 150 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Both these quarterbacks have been playing very well tonight. Obviously Javier has had a lot less chances than CC, but it's not to say he's been having a bad game.
Yeah, I think we've been seeing a lot less downs coming out of the San Diego offense, but he's playing very well. Completion percentage is high QBR, not many mistakes coming out of either of these throwers.
Deep drop, throws it over to Jalen Wells, and Wells tries to power through. The linebacker going up against him, Clay Jones, back in after his scary injury earlier on in the game. And, after the halftime, got his little rest. Now he's back out and he's ready to play.
Yeah, put a little mustard on it, shook it off, he's fine now. And that could be a big part of this defense. We could be seeing more and more stops coming out of these linebackers. I mean, the 2 other linebackers for Jacksonville are rookies, so having someone that's been in the league for a while coming back is a big part of this defense.
Short drop once again, throws over to Jalen Wells, and they're going to lose a few yards in that one again. Back-to-back tackles for loss for Clay Jones. Again, got injured, went off, rubbed the mustard, rubbed the Robitussin, whatever it is, and now he's back out, and he's making his impact.
Yeah, he was definitely getting thirsty for it while he was on the sideline. It irritated maybe that he couldn't come back in, and now he's making his presence feel known.
3rd and 16, deep drop for Javier Vasquez. Sheds the man, and he's not going to shed 2, though. 4th and 21. Ball's on their own 9-yard line, and Jacksonville, after that first drive, winning the territory battle, and Taquan Hale now leading in the tackles for loss category.
Yeah, look at that. We see a little movement on the TFL leaderboards. Hunter Norwood took 2nd place, and Taquan Hale with 2 tackles for losses and 2 defensive drives in a row, taking his spot back in 2nd. Some movement.
So now it is going to be 1st down and 10 for the Jacksonville Kings. Something to kind of note with ever since those 3 straight scoring drives, we've only had 1 scoring drive since between these 2 teams. We had 4 straight punts, and again, the only 2 other outcomes: a field goal from San Diego at the end of the half. Once again, San Diego's side. Jacksonville now on San Diego's half of the field. Deep drop from CC, throws it deep over the middle. It's going to be caught, taking it down to the 22-yard line of the Mavericks. What a play right there.
Yeah, Grayson Willis getting back involved in the passing game. We've seen King Gossett getting a lot of chances, but Grayson Willis, 6 targets, 6 receptions. Been just about perfect in the receiving game, and he's that security blanket for Christensen that he can rely on.
Ball's right outside the red zone. Short drop for CC, throws it over the middle, and the window that was there closed about as quickly as it opened. Gonna bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, gap between the defenders and the coverages were running across from each other. They slanted at the same point where the ball was coming. So there was just a whole mess of defenders there in the area, and a bit of a miscue. Didn't quite get his window in time.
Yeah, Pete Mitchell, that was his 4th pass deflection on the day.
My goodness.
The man's a linebacker, but he's playing like a corner or a safety. High snap now for Christensen. Moves around the pocket, throws it deep, aims for the end zone, and that's going to be caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville Kings.
And what an amazing throw. I have no idea how Christensen got this here. Right when Hall was getting hit, the ball lands right in his hands and right into the end zone. Wall falls, and Jacksonville taking the lead just like that so quickly. And we saw the field position earlier. We saw, Jacksonville get pinned deep in their own territory, and then San Diego get the ball back real close to the goal line. Jacksonville gets the ball back on their 38. They go down the field, bang, 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 touchdown. And just like that, they've opened the third quarter up.
Yeah, kick is through, and it's good from CC. 17-10 now. San Diego has to respond if they want to have a better shot at keeping pace with the Kings, which they've done a pretty good job of so far tonight. Obviously, that last drive was kind of a disaster, but you got to put it behind you now. Have a short memory. Go back out there and hopefully score some points.
I think it wasn't so much the fault of the offense. It was really the Jacksonville defense picking up on the San Diego offense there.
Meanwhile, as Ryan Owens takes up to the 21-yard line, once again now Javier Vasquez got to come back out here and hopefully make some more moves.
Yeah, you got to have a short memory. Those sacks, you just got to erase them from your mind. It may seem tough. You may have taken a big hit, but you just got to go back to what your offense is capable of, what your guys can do, and focus on the game plan.
Sideline going to be caught for the first down. Throw toward some muster on offense, and hey, that's the perfect way to get back on the horse, as they say.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, getting that quick completion, getting these first downs. Vasquez, they're going for these more like 10-yard completions. They run for short yardage. They go for deeper passes.
Hand off to Jalen Wells, and Wells going to gain a few yards, and it's going to be up to the 33-yard line. Tackle made by Alex Bond.
Yeah, still hitting him at the line, and I mean, Jacksonville has really become wise to what Wells is capable of. I mean, we saw on the first drive, there were 2 dump-offs to Wells that Jacksonville, they had a man in the flat, they picked it up. This time they go to the outside, they pick up Wells yet again.
High snap there, throws over to the sideline, going to be caught running up the field. It's going to be a first down for Ryan Owens. A pretty unique score update coming out of Canada. 17-5 is the score between Vancouver and Portland there in the fourth quarter. We're in the third quarter down here in Southern California.
I really hope that stays. I think that has potential to be a scoregami. Getting a 5 in a game is almost unheard of. And that would be an amazing update for them.
So now it's 1st and 10. Ball in San Diego's 44-yard line. Handed off to Jalen Wells. Jalen Wells finds a hole and able to get a solid 5 yards. Not too much flash, but keeps the offense on schedule.
And this is kind of what we see, what happens after you get that first down completion from San Diego. They get the reception for Ryan Owens. He gets that sideline, and then they go back to the run game. And you got to keep the defense guessing. Don't let them know what you're going to do. That's what they're doing.
Handoff once again to Jalen Wells. Tries to do the same thing as last play. Not going to work this time. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Jacksonville defense has become very keen to what Wells can do. They're seeing him run on the outside. They're catching the dump-offs, and this is where Javier Vasquez needs to diversify his portfolio a little bit. Maybe give the ball to Hoagland. Maybe give the ball to one of your receivers. You got to throw the ball. You got to do something else if Wells isn't working.
3rd and 5. Handoff right up the middle. Same play 3 times in a row. Only works once. 4th down and 5 for the Mavericks.
Yeah, after the first run, I think once that kind of got stopped, you kind of had the opportunity to change it up. On third down, they shouldn't have run it after it didn't work 2 times in a row. I mean, Jacksonville is a great run defense, and throwing the ball on them is how you're going to beat them.
High snap, and the kick is away. Gonna be fielded right at the 15, taken up to the 17-yard line by Mike St. Green. And now it is 1st and 10 for the Kings, as they're now going to hope to once again drive down the field and get another score.
Yeah, Maverick defense has been playing really well today, and this is where it all can come down to. This game could be on the line here. I mean, San Diego defense, if they can stop up, get a stop, get the ball back in Vasquez's hands, that could be huge for them.
Short drop from CC, pump fakes it, throws it to the sideline. Simple pass over to Jared Willis, and hey, it works. Gets the completion.
It gets a completion, but does not get the yardage that they need out of that. You need to get down the field, make the second down a little bit more manageable, I believe. And that gives a good chance for the Mavericks defense to shore up here. I mean, they've been very good against the run. They can get pressure to the quarterback when they need to. A sack here could virtually render the drive over.
Split back, handoff to Willis, and Willis sheds the first man. Not going to shed more than that, though. It's going to be a gain of 1. Tackle on the play by Denzel Maverick.
A good stop by the defensive line. Usually in the run game, I think a lot of what we see is the defensive line getting blocked, and then you see the linebackers coming in, making that stop. But that time, defensive line just beating their men and being the better players on that play.
So now that's 3rd down and 9. Let's see what they do. CC looks around, throws it over the middle, and that one's going to be caught for a first down up to the Jacksonville 32-yard line. Mike St. Green, the 3rd wide receiver, the return specialist, showing that he is a very important part of the receiving core. Yeah,
this quadruple slants pattern here worked well for them. They've been running a lot of slants, getting them some first downs out of it. And every single receiver we've seen from Jacksonville here tonight has had really good catches when they need to make the plays.
Handoff once again to Jared Willis, and Jared Willis gains 5 yards. Up to the 37 now, and it just seems to be that the Kings have somewhat gone into clock control mode.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the right move for them. I mean, another really long drive. Just you get down the field. If you can score some points at the end of the drive and maybe even bring this game into the 4th quarter while you still have the ball, that is going to put a huge strain on San Diego's offense.
Short snap, thrown over the middle, caught crossing the 50-yard line. Going to take him over to San Diego's 48-yard line. Ken Gossett, I think it's safe to say he's going to win the race for 2nd all-time tonight. He now has 8 catches, while Optimus Klein, he just has 1.
Yeah, he's really running away with this receptions competition we got going here. I mean, 8 on the day compared to the 1, and big game here from Ken Gossett.
Ball in the 48 now, throwing over to Jared Willis, and Willis gains 5 yards on the run. 2nd and 5 on San Diego's 43-yard line.
And that was a great open field tackle. That was Ray Linerl III coming out from about 10 yards away, meeting Willis and holding him to only a 5-yard gain and taking him down with an open field tackle. That's a hard man to bring down. That's a really good stop.
Second and 5 now. Deep drop, throw short over the middle. Caught, first down. Going to be a few yards more. The perfect move from them. And now they're on the San Diego 33-yard line. Catch made by Grayson Willis.
Yeah, this is kind of what you want to do in this situation. You work the middle of the field. You have these slant patterns from your wide receivers. You'll run the ball a lot, but the main goal is to keep the clock moving.
Snaps right where it needs to be. Deep over the middle. Is going to be caught. How is that? How did that happen? How did that happen?
I mean, Christian Christensen is a freak of nature. The ability of him to get to these receivers. I mean, there was about 10 guys just in that area alone, and the ability for him to get it there and dodge the ref. I mean, impressive throwing.
Yeah, throwing it like a laser. Bringing up 1st and 10 now on the San Diego 21-yard line. Short drop going to be handed off now to Jared Willis. Willis not going to get anything going. Joe Duncan on the tackle, his second on the night.
And again, San Diego's run defense here tonight has been phenomenal. They've been hitting Willis at the line, holding him to only 4.7 yards per carry tonight. Is very impressive coming against the guy who was leading the league in yard per reception at 7.3.
Short drop, throws over, caught 3rd and 4 now for the Kings as they make their way into the red zone of the Mavericks.
Yeah, and even for Jacksonville, even coming away with a field goal here would be considered a win. I mean, if you can just make this game a 2-score game, that really forces the Mavericks to step up. That forces Vasquez to start throwing the ball. He'll need to answer the touchdown already and then have more points on top of that. That puts a lot of pressure on that offense.
And now the home crowd here in San Diego is expecting some defense. They're not going to get it. Touchdown, Kings.
And what an amazing throw. I mean, this Jacksonville offense has really come alive here in the second half. They've made the adjustments they needed to, and they're finding their men, and the passing game is working wonders. I mean, coming into this game, you would think Jared Willis is going to be the main focus. He has been all season. He's having, an amazing season so far, but Jacksonville has completely flipped the script. I mean, Christensen has had 37 attempts tonight, and just over 220 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. Just a really amazing display of offense from Jacksonville, and now we're going to have to see the Mavericks. They're going to have to answer it.
Yeah, they're in the hole now, and San Diego, they need to crawl back. A field goal won't do for them. A touchdown is what is needed.
That's exactly right. I mean, they got their first one of the season just today, so they need to find a way to get that second one. The offense hasn't really had that points production that they've wanted this season, and this is the time where they need to go back to what has been working for their offense. They've been running the ball and getting a good, healthy balance in their offense.
Taken up to the 22-yard line now. And Javier Vasquez, this is possibly the biggest drive of his career, needing to get it done on this drive, or otherwise, well, to say the least, it's going to be a lot more difficult.
Yeah, especially only, you got 12 more minutes or so left in this football game, and he's got to be able to get down the field. This is, where your career can get made. This is where you can shine off your skills.
Handoff out of the heavy set to Jalen Wells, and Wells gains 6 yards, and he's going to get up to the 27, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Wells needs to be getting some more involvement in this offense for sure. I mean, they were running him on the last drive, and Jacksonville was doing really good at stopping him, focusing on him, and ensuring that he can't get anywhere. And so the balance between this offense really needs to show through.
So it's 2nd and 4. Short drop, throws over to the sideline. That one's not going to stick. 3rd and 4, pass intended for Optimus Klein.
Yeah, it looked like he led him just a little bit too much, but he had a man open right in the middle of the field. Whoever was in the slot came right across the middle. There was no one there. It's a tough read for Vasquez. You need to be finding those open men. You can't be leading them out of bounds. They've been doing those out of bounds throws all night long. They've been doing that with Owens and Klein a little bit.
Deep drop from Vasquez, trying to evade pressure. That's not going to work. 4th and 13. Hunter Norwood with his 4th tackle on the day, and I think he now takes the lead in the tackle for loss category race.
That's right. That puts him at 3 tackles for loss on the day and some more movement. He reclaims 2nd place in the tackles for loss all-time category. I mean, really a thrilling race between these linemen. They're going for some milestones.
So this will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Damian snaps a little bit high, and it's going to be taken at about the 38-yard line. Spins around, gets a yard, and Christian Christensen will come out for one final snap before the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is tough for San Diego. I mean, Jacksonville, now they have some short field position. They don't need to drive very far. They can make this, a 3-score game potentially after this drive, and it's looking grim for the Mavericks.
Short drop, throws, caught, leads his man out of bounds, and hey, if you're going to talk about efficient catching, look no further than Ken Gossett.
That's right. You need that security blanket. You need that man's going to get you 8 yards just about every time. Ken Gossett's your guy. Getting that to that sideline and stopping the clock as well, getting another play before the end of the third quarter.
Well, it won't stop the clock for much longer. Get your fours up in chat, folks. We're headed to the fourth quarter here in Southern California. 24-10 in favor of the Jacksonville Kings, but you never truly know what will happen here in the SFL on Twitch. Jacksonville now running the split back handoff. Going to be a nice run, gains a few yards. Going to bring up a 2-yardage situation. Very short. 3rd and 1, actually.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 could be a long one, and I mean, San Diego, they need to get a stop here. I think you kind of dropped the ball on the last one to say not getting any points, not putting up much of a fight on the last drive, but if the defense can get a stop, give another chance for Vasquez and crew.
Short drop, throws over, caught, first down, not what you wanted to see.
Yeah, the Mavericks definitely don't want to see that. I mean, guarding that short yardage situation, I mean, that is what the Kings have been exploiting all night. They've been going to that short yardage. They've been going just 4 yards out, getting to that sideline and getting the quick completions, and that's how they've been able to move the ball up the field very efficiently and very effectively tonight.
So now in the shotgun is Christian Christensen. 3 wide, 1 in the backfield. Throws over the middle. That one's once again caught for the first down to the 31-yard line. Grayson Willis on the grab.
I mean, big game out of Christensen so far today. He's throwing the ball really well. 42 attempts on the night already. I mean, it's really been an air attack they're taking to the Mavericks. I mean, Grayson Willis, great catch there, and really a big game from him. Ken Gossett having a big game. 10 receptions for Gossett and 9 for Willis.
Short drop from Christensen, throw over the middle, and that one's actually, he went to the receiver. I didn't even think it was going to. I thought it was going to number 13 there, but no, it ended up going to Ken Gossett.
You know, I think that actually bounced off of the helmet of Carson Miller, somehow bouncing off his helmet, staying in the air, and falling right into the hands of Ken Gossett. Just some more magic coming out of the Kings offense.
So now they're on the San Diego 16, throws the flat, caught. It's going to be once again caught by Ken Gossett, the man who came in tied with Optimus Klein, and now I think he firmly has the lead in that number 2 most grabs category.
If Optimus Klein could come back, it would be a miracle. That would be really impressive to get 11 yards, but I think we can say Ken Gossett's taken that second place for himself. Huge game from him, and he's finally cresting over 100 yards.
And it's going to be handoff to Jared Willis, and Jared Willis gets the first down. Going to set up 1st and goal on the San Diego 6-yard line.
I mean, we've been seeing pass. Christensen have been throwing the ball, and then finally, when you think they're going to throw it again, they give the ball to Willis, and he picks up the first down the hard way. I mean, this offense is clicking. They're firing on all cylinders, and it's just so hard to stop an offense who's just have so much talent at every position.
Deep drop from Christensen, throws over to Willis, and Willis got an open lane to the end zone. Touchdown Kings, and now they're going to go up, pending the extra point, 31-10.
Just an offensive explosion from the Kings here in the second half. It was 10-10 out of halftime. I thought it was a cage match. You know, they were going to be going blow for blow, but Jacksonville has blown this game wide open. 3 touchdown drives in this second half where they are just clowning on the Mavericks, really showing them how it's done. Christensen and putting on a camp tonight.
Yeah, this second half has just been utter domination by the Kings to kick us up, and it's good. 31-10. Hey, I've seen crazier things happen. You know, maybe if the Mavericks can get the score here, they might still be in it.
I think you're right. We have seen crazier things happen in the SFL. San Diego, they've got an uphill battle, but they can still climb it. They have the pieces on their offense. They just need to access that potential. I mean, they've been doing a really good job tonight of not making many mistakes. Maybe drives haven't gone the way they want, but they haven't really made any mistakes, and they've been playing some good football here tonight.
Yep, man, they're going to set up shop at the 21-yard line. Javier Vasquez, after the first half, not been having that great of a show. He only has 19 attempts tonight. And really, a lot of that comes down to the fact that the Jacksonville defensive line of Mike Gall, Taquan Hale, A.G. Pennypacker, and Hunter Norwood, they've come alive this second half.
I mean, 6 sacks out of the Kings defense is just so impressive. It's absolutely negated everything the Mavericks have tried to do.
Hand off to Jalen Wells, and as we just said, that Jacksonville front seven just smoking them as Clay Jones comes in for the tackle.
And the other thing for the Mavericks that really I think has affected them a lot is their third down offense. The efficiency has been just not great for them. 1 of 8 on third down. That is just not where you want to be. You're not going to win football games with a stat like that.
2nd and 9. Javier Vasquez looks around, throws it once again to Jalen Wells, and Wells he loses a couple of yards on that one. And it seems to be that also the Kings defense in the secondary, they've also shut down all pathways through the sky.
I think they've completely figured out what San Diego is doing here on offense. I mean, the dump offs for Wells, they were working early on in the game, but now they're not. They've gotten a couple guys on it. They're guarding the sidelines very effectively, and that's kind of where the San Diego Mavericks like to work.
Throws over the middle, but that one's going to be caught over the middle. First down up to the 47-yard line. Weston once again showing what he can do.
Yeah, the big play potential coming out of Weston here. Whenever you see the ball going his way, you know that's going to be a big one. I mean, going across the middle, that's how he got a touchdown, almost the exact same play, just going across the middle and beating his man, getting that open space in front of him. And that could have been another one where he could have taken it all the way to the house if he didn't have a couple defenders on his back.
So now it's 1st down and 10. Ball on the San Diego 47-yard line. Short drop from Javier Vasquez, throwing it out over to Wells, and Wells gains about a yard, takes up to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, again, they've gone to the flat with Wells, trying to dump it off to him, see if they can exploit that open field, but it's just not working. You have these guys on Jacksonville, they're playing zones in the flats. What they're trying to do, what San Diego is trying to do, they're trying to get their receivers to go run slants up the middle, draw back the corners, and send the running back up the running lanes.
High snap for Vasquez, thrown, and that was not going to do anything. 3rd down and 9. Deflection made by Clay Jones.
Yeah, Clay Jones getting his hand on the ball. And, I mean, this defense from Jacksonville, the performance that they are putting on tonight is absolutely amazing. Looking at their stats today, they have 6 sacks against Vasquez, and they have 11 tackles for loss. So all this momentum, San Diego, they've been trying to get it done on offense, but they are just getting beat by Jacksonville at the line of scrimmage. Jacksonville not giving them any room to work with, and it's really shut down anything that they can do offensively.
Yeah, they're going to go all wide and on the backfield. Kind of the smart move, honestly. Deep drop for... Oh! You know, you do those deep drops to buy yourself more time, but Javier had no time for that. 4th and 15, Hunter Norwood on the sack.
Hunter Norwood may weigh 325, but he came out of there like a cannon, absolutely unblocked, and a free lane to the quarterback. And that is just as good as it gets. The defense from the Kings steps up again, make it 7 sacks on the day. That's 4 sacks for Hunter Norwood. A massive game from him. Jacksonville is showing up everywhere tonight.
And they nearly showed up on that punt as they darn near blocked the thing. And it's going to be taken up to the 23-yard line. And now if you're Jacksonville, you got to start thinking about just burning the clock away. As well, you're up 3 scores. You don't really need much more.
Yeah, I think this is where we're going to see Jared Willis start to get some more carries. I mean, the momentum has completely turned in their favor. San Diego's team really has... The life has been squeezed out of them the way that Jacksonville has just been so dominant and so controlling in this game.
And it's going to be a free play as Norwood goes up for the about 8-yard run, but I think they'll just probably take the free 5 yards and the reset to first down.
They could take the 8. That might keep the clock running. See what they do.
And the Kings are going to accept the penalty. Gonna make it now 1st and 5. Joe Duncan jumped off sides. He's been having a pretty good night so far. 2 tackles, 1 for loss, and that 1 for loss was also a sack.
Yeah, getting a sack for himself. I mean, we've seen some players from San Diego really make some good plays here tonight. The sack from Duncan, the linebackers getting involved in the passing game. So some good bright spots out of the San Diego defense.
Thrown over to the flats, and that's going to gain the first down and stays in bounds, so it keeps the clock running.
Yeah, Gossett getting 13 on the day, and just that's exactly what you want out of this veteran receiver. This is why you have a guy like this on your team, and he stays in bounds, keep the clock moving. He knows what's at stake here.
So now 1st and 10, Jacksonville on their own 34. Draining all the clock they need to, and that's going to be a throw to the flats. Ran out of bounds, and final score update from up in the Great White North. Vancouver beats Portland to the tune of 27-5. If I'm not mistaken, that might be the first ever time that the score 5 has appeared in the final score box of an SFL game.
That is a scoregami, 27-5, but it isn't the first time. There's one game that ended 38-5, where there was a 5-point scoreline, but still scoregami, still exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, still exciting nonetheless. And thank you for correcting me there. Otherwise, I would have made myself look like a fool on air. As Wilson takes it up to the 43, we're going to make it 3rd and 1. A simple handoff here should get you the first down, and you can then just start burning more and more clock off.
That's what they should look to do here. I mean, give the ball to your man, Jared Willis. But this looks like a throwing look here.
Short drop, throws, caught, first down, and a few yards on top of that. And the best part about it for the Kings, Willis stayed in bounds.
Right, keep this clock moving and just... Really, you just got to drain any and all hope that San Diego has left in this game. It sounds cruel, but that's football. That's the SFL sometimes. You just got to, kick them a little bit while they're down. And just make sure they stay down.
So now, right up at midfield. A little over 3 minutes remaining. Snap short, and it's going to be thrown as the Maverick jumps the route. Ken Gossett, the intended receiver on the play, and the man to jump the route is number 23, the cornerback, Ron Hoff.
Yeah, his second path deflection on the day. Hoff tried to make something happen. That would have been something that could have given them some new hope. If he gets that pick, if he would take that back to the house, that makes it a 2-score game. That is a little bit more manageable. They could have had some hope there.
Yeah, that shifts it into hard but doable territory. 2nd and 10, throws it on the flat, gonna get upfield, 3rd and inches. Keeps the clock moving though, 3 minutes and 20 and counting. Ken Gossett on the grab.
Yeah, Goss is just padding the lead at this point. I mean, he is making sure that Klein doesn't touch his record for a long time, getting him up to 15 receptions on the day. Absolutely massive game from him, and getting over 100 yards. And, I mean, the passing game from the Kings has been phenomenal.
Couldn't agree more with you. 3rd and inches now. Ball's on their own 41-yard line. Short drop, throws, and it's going to be caught for the 1st down. Possibly only a few snaps left before we head to the 2-minute warning.
And the receiver key there stayed in bounds. So we're going to see even more of this clock running down. And, I mean, this is what we've seen all game from Jacksonville. I mean, getting these short yardage completions on offense, going about 4 or 5 yards out and just getting that yardage. And that is just so hard to beat for these teams. They know what their offense is capable of. They know what they're doing, and they execute it perfectly here tonight.
So they will get one final snap in for the 2-minute warning, thrown to the sideline. And I think that will, once they get back to the line, it will just run the clock out, and it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Urban on the catch.
Looks like he did manage to go out of bounds. And I believe the backups are in here today for the Kings with that 3-score lead. They're going to give their backups some valuable playing time.
Yeah, get the guys who are just sitting there waiting for their first time, and it's going to be a throw over the middle. That bounced off probably around 5 or 6 players for the 2-minute warning. Don't go anywhere, folks. Anything can really happen, especially once the backups come in. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. Third and 10 now for the Jacksonville Kings. And the handoff's going to go right up the middle, and they're going to gain about 3 yards or so. Going to bring up 4th and 7. Not able to get the 1st down that was probably needed in order to seal the deal, but hey, is what it is.
Yeah, and forcing San Diego to use a timeout, but the Mavericks are going to get the ball back and get another chance for this offense to kind of just see what they can do. I mean, you got to kind of get a rhythm back in your offense. You got to find your identity, and getting their 1st score today was a big part of that. And they need to take what they've learned from this game, and they need to move forward, and they can put it into their offense here going forward.
And so now 4th and 7, CC kick is up and away, and it is good from 52 yards. What a kick from Anthony CC. Puts him up 34-10, making it a 4-score game. And now for San Diego's offense, you're kind of just playing for pride.
Yeah, at this point, going against the Kings, I guess pride is a big factor in any game against them. But yeah, it is a point where you kind of got to just, take this loss with grace and, get your offense on the field, get them some reps. And I think Vasquez and Wells, if they can get some more playing time and the coaches can see, what plays they need to be running, it really helps a team grow, and they can build a much better offense. And that is why the losses can be so constructive.
Yeah, they're going to take it up to the 27, and now we get to kind of have some fun. Just see what Javier Vasquez and company can do, since more than likely Jacksonville will also be bringing out the backups for the defense.
Yeah, there may not be as much pressure there from that killer defensive line. I mean, the Kings defensive line has absolutely tormented the Mavericks here today, getting 7 sacks to the quarterback, 12 tackles for loss. Great game out of that front 7.
Moderate drop from Vasquez, and Vasquez finds his way to the sideline, and the receiver spins away from a man. Gets it all the way up to the 45-yard line. I mean, hey, that's one way of going about things, am I right?
Hey, you got to get yourself noticed. You got to get some big plays. I mean, Shea Carroll is no stranger to being noticed, no stranger to the big plays, and that is why you sign a free agent like Shea Carroll. Had a great career with the Carolina Skyhawks and making a really good move, making himself onto the highlight reel. And I mean, that's what you want to see. You want to, give these guys some game experience and build that comfort between the quarterback and the wide receiver, and see what you're good at.
Yeah, Shea Carroll, a journeyman around here in the SFL, showing what he can do now for the Mavericks. Deep drop for Vasquez, and that one was nearly jumped for a pick. And the receiver catches it for about 4 yards. Catch made by number 10, Ryan Owens.
And Vasquez has done a really good job today, I think, of spreading out the ball among his receivers. He's finding Weston, is his big play guy, but then you have Shea Carroll and Ryan Owens getting these short yardage plays. I would love to see him get more involved with the tight ends. You have Optimus Klein, you have Stephen McMichaels, these guys that are been in the SFL for a little bit and have some great potential that they just haven't quite tapped into.
And once again, a throw to the sideline, not going to do anything, and it actually keeps the clock running. San Diego, we got to get back to the line, and this really isn't spiking territory. Short drop for Vasquez, throws the same flat route again. Hey, that flat route's been working money for them so far. Down to the 37-yard line. Catch made by number 83, Connor Weston.
Yeah, Weston, he's always been that big play guy, but that's because of his speed. And that speed also works on those across routes where you're going underneath and you're just beating them with your legs. And that's exactly what he did, beating them to the outside, still getting that gain, still getting that first down, and taking a hit and still fighting through that.
So now 3 wide with a split back formation. Low snap, throws over to Jalen Wells, and Wells going to lose a good chunk of yards. Now runs us to about a minute remaining in the game here, folks. 2 wide, 1 to the bottom with the same formation as before. Throws over the middle. It's going to be caught down to the 20, and San Diego takes their second timeout of the night.
And this is a good drive. It is a bit softer coverage from the Kings, but I mean, it's important for him to get these plays, and Owens is having a good game so far. He's been getting these completions, getting some good yardage, and that was another good example of him finding that open space between the defenders and still fighting forward for those yards. And I mean, this is an important drive. I mean, San Diego, their biggest, I think, weakness has been their offense and their inability to get points. And so building onto that, building some points and building offensive drives is going to be important for this offense going forward.
4 wide for the Mavs, and they're going to throw it over right across the middle, and that's going to be caught. Less than a minute remaining in the game, and they're going to come out in the same formation as before. Moderate drop from Vasquez, and that one was actually caught.
What?
And it's going to bring him up to the 4-yard line. Hey, you know what? Crazy things have happened. 29 seconds now remain. Let's see if they can punch it in the end zone. Thrown over, and yes! San Diego gets 2 touchdowns tonight, both of them to Connor Weston.
He's their red zone guy, and you would think running into 4 different defenders, that would never work. But Weston laughs in your face, gets the touchdown to his name. That's 2 for him, 2 from the Mavericks franchise, and surely looking to be a great career for Weston with this franchise. And there are some makings of a good offense here. You have the receiving threats. I think Vasquez is your guy. He's having a great game so far. Despite the pressures from the defensive line, despite the pressures from the Jacksonville offense, he's still managing to be very efficient, going 28 of 32 so far, over 250 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. I mean, really some good stuff. His QBR is better than Christian Christensen's right now. I mean, there are some great spots in this offense. They just need to access that untapped potential.
Well, San Diego must be wanting to have a little bit more fun here tonight as they're coming out for the onside kick. Kick is away. It's going to be taken by the Kings, and that should pretty much do it. Just probably 1 or 2 more snaps, and that'll take us to the end of the ball game here, folks.
Yeah, a great game out of the Kings here tonight. I mean, in the beginning, it was a scrappy match, but the defense stepped up huge in the second half, and the offense stepping up along with it. Christensen, over 50 attempts tonight through the air. It has been a passing masterclass out of this offense. 4 touchdowns on the day, over 300 yards. Just a really good all-around game from these Kings.
And the Mavericks sacrifice their final timeout of the night as Curtis Young runs off the field, backup QB for the Kings. And he should probably take the final snap here tonight. Looks like he will. There's the knee. And that'll bring us to the end of tonight's matchup. And now, looking at this, the Mavericks, sure, they fall to 0-3. But this is really not a matchup that they can hang their heads in shame over.
Yeah, I completely agree. Jacksonville is an amazing franchise. They've had a long, storied franchise career here in the SFL. They've been around for a while. They've been the top teams in the SFL for a while, and this is another showcase of their dominance. And the Mavericks, they put up a really good fight here today. They should not be ashamed of what they've done today. They have really put in some great plays here today. It's just that whenever you have the talent of Jacksonville, when you have the game planning ability that they have, the experience that they have, it's a tough matchup for them. The defensive line stepped up massively for them, getting 7 sacks on the day, 13 tackles for loss. I mean, some pass deflections as well, and that is just so hard to beat when your offensive line cannot contain them. As a tough matchup for Vasquez.
Yeah, it wasn't easy for him, but he was able to make some stuff work. Of course, the touchdown to the 2 touchdowns actually to Owens really, actually to Weston, really made things work out. And they were really what kept them in it. You know, if they didn't have that, he had the most receiving yards on the day. And if they didn't have that, it wouldn't be as close as it is.
Yeah, it'd be a much different story. It'd be a story of, you know, this team hasn't had any production, but it's there. We've seen it. We saw it here today. I mean, Vasquez, for what it's worth, had an amazing game. Getting, 28 of 32 is a very hard feat to do. And it's very impressive to achieve that against when you're under so much pressure from the defensive line, when you're up against an amazing defense. That is an amazing stat line. That shows me that he has so much potential in this league. And also no interceptions against them. No mistakes. We didn't see any mistakes out of the Mavericks defense, and that is usually what you see with new quarterbacks, new franchises. You see a lot of mistakes that shouldn't be happening, but they aren't doing that. There are a lot of great things that this team can work with, and they are going to be great here in these coming games, in these coming seasons. They're only going to get better.
So Jacksonville moves up to 2-1 to tie Charleston and Florida for the lead of the Atlantic Division, and Christian Christensen unsurprisingly wins Player of the Game. 4 touchdowns, 335 yards, 43 for 51 on the day, 120.2 QBR, not a single interception to his name. Borderline flawless performance. And that's going to do it for us here tonight from San Diego, California. I'm Jack Brown alongside Ryan Claudel, Tyler Falk, and the Stats Truck, making us sound smarter than we are. Thanks for tuning in to the SFL on Twitch, and have a wonderful night.